I'm going to be showing you how I fixed my Canon G7X. I had some of these materials that I didn't actually use. I was going to be using this thing that's in my hand. It's kind of like a thread locker type of thing. I did not use it because these screws are so tiny. This is the new cable that I purchased, the new ribbon that's going to replace the one that snapped. I ordered it off of Amazon or eBay, and it was only like $12. Can only imagine it probably would have cost me a lot if I would have taken this to a camera shop. But yeah, as you can see, it fell off and the ribbon broke. These things are so complicated and you can't just like tape it back together. I did have the precision screws on deck, but I actually ended up using the eyeglass screwdriver because the precision screwdrivers were actually not small enough for these teeny tiny little micro screws. So we're going to just move that out of the way. I also went ahead and bought a new SD card, 128 gigabytes, because my other one is in my cell phone. And I bought 2 replacement hinge screws for the screen, which is what created this whole issue. They're really tiny, you can't really see it, but there they are. Make sure my work area is clean, and we'll get started. First thing, you want to take the battery out of the camera, safety reasons, precautions, and so we'll just put the battery to the side. And the screen is where I'm going to start. I'm going to take off those 3 screws at the bottom of the screen, at the back of the screen, as well as the 3 at the bottom of the screen there as well. It's a mouse pad, it's soft, it's not going to damage the screen or scratch it or anything. So I'm just putting the screws in the little teeny tiny box so that I won't lose them, because you don't want to lose any more screws, right? See, one just went flying and I'm like, where is it? It was actually literally at the back of the screen. It was some kind of magnetization. So look how tiny that is. Gotta keep up with those. Actually decided to put those teeny tiny ones over by a different area because I was starting to get confused about where the screws came from. So if you're not gonna put little sticky notes down to label which screws go where, try to keep them separated. So there, once those 6 screws are out, that screen backing comes off. There's a middle piece there, little flimsy kind of plastic piece there, that black piece, and that pops right out. But you do have to be careful, so it's important to kind of get up underneath one of the corners that is kind of lifting pretty easily, which you see I'm trying to, you don't want to manhandle it or be aggressive and then like snap the whole thing. So I kind of got behind that corner and then worked my way over. Now when you take that off, the ribbon is going to be connected, the old ribbon. In this case, mine is already ripped, so it doesn't matter, but it's attached with some adhesive, so you just gently pull it off, okay? And set that to the side. So it's the backing and then the middle piece. So the screen has 3 pieces. So that's the back of the screen with all its components. The ribbon is in its little housing. I don't know what it's called because I'm not really techie, but you can lift the gate or a latch and just pull that right out. That's trash now. So the new one is just gonna go in just like so. Now, I put this in. I am gonna have to take it back out later, but yeah, I got ahead of myself a little bit. But it is very important to be really, really careful when you're putting these ribbons into their housing. And like once you close the little latch, pull it on, tug on it a little bit and make sure it doesn't pop out, because it might seem like you have it all the way in there and then it's not. So set the screen to the side, and now we're going to take apart the actual camera. We've got 3 screws on this side and you've got 2 screws on this side. You also have 2 screws on the back side there where I'm pointing to, and 4 screws at the bottom. Now I'm starting to realize I really want to organize my screws. My OCPD is kicking in, so un momento, por favor. Alright, so we're all organized. I moved the screws, the boxes over to the other side because I had a fear of knocking them off the side of the desk there. So once you get all the screws out, the back of the camera comes off pretty easily, and also the ribbon is attached there as well. So I'm just going to unlock the little latch for the ribbon housing, the little gate thingy. It's teeny tiny, and then I'm going to pull the ribbon out. Alright, and just as the other one was attached with some adhesive, this one also has adhesive on this ribbon, so I'm just going to gently separate it. And when you take yours off, you probably don't want to put your fingers all over it like I'm doing, because you want to leave the adhesive to be kind of sticky. Mine's is still sticky enough, but you know, if your fingers are sweaty, you don't want to do too much. Okay, so now I'm back working with the screen. I had to take the ribbon out of the housing because there was a part on there that I had to take the 2 screws out of this little black piece there because the ribbon had to go under it. So I just took the 2 little screws out, and then I'm gonna have to put the screws back in now so that I won't have to hold it like that. So that ribbon goes in between there before you start like putting everything back together. Alright, so I put the ribbon there, and then I put it back in its housing. Now that little piece that goes in the middle, the little black plastic piece, remember I said the screen has 3 parts: the screen, that middle black plastic piece, and then the backing. So that middle piece just pops right back in there. And you guys, just take your time when you're doing this. You know, $12 for a replacement ribbon, that's like nothing, right? You can do it yourself. So after I snapped that middle piece in, I just basically folded these like a taco. Why did I say that? Anyways, you just fold it right over, and now the screen is all together, and you can start putting the screws back in. Those 6 screws, 3 at the bottom of the screen, and then 3 at the back, the lower back part of it. Sorry I didn't speed this up for you guys. Patience, Daniel-san. I swear so many people have ADHD and ADD. They cannot stand to sit through watching paint dry. If you want to save yourself some bucks and fix your camera by yourself, just watch, okay? Just watch. Alright, so I've put all the screws back for the screen. Now I have to attach the ribbon to the camera side. This one was challenging as well. I kept feeling as though the ribbon was not all the way seated in its housing. I had to try like a gazillion times. My fingers were getting sweaty and everything. So I pushed it all the way in and locked the gate. Or the latch. I don't know the technical terms for any of these parts. See, look. It's really, I'm sure they make tools for this kind of thing so you're not having to use your fingers. But once you do get it in and tug on it a little bit and then it doesn't come out, you're good to go. And the back part of the camera just lays right back on very easily. Like so. And basically from here, you get that bottom piece and snap it back in next to the battery and adapter and the SD card adapter. You'll snap that right back in there. And you'll just basically reinstall all the screws back to where they belong. And I did go ahead and install the 2 brand new hinge screws, which it seemed a lot more tight. The internal hinge screws, once I tightened those up, that did a good job. And then I put the other 2 hinge screws that go on the outside that really made it really tight. So guys, make sure you comment, like and subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers to see what doors it opens up for me, and I really need your help. So if you want to share this video to someone who this might help, if they have a Canon G7X that the screen fell off of, let them know that this video will walk them through every step to replace it, and they can use their $700 freaking camera again. I haven't been able to use this camera in 2 years. So I'm just cleaning up here because I'm a organized freak. So I'm just cleaning up before I show the outcome. Alright guys, so it's nice and sturdy. We're gonna go ahead and put the battery back in and also insert the brand new SD card. Alright guys, moment of truth. There it is.
Oh my gosh, it works again. I get to use my $700 camera again. Oh my god.